Hello, Aries, and welcome to your mid-November tarot card reading. So, let's go ahead and jump in. I have already, sorry, I've already shuffled and meditated on your sign, and I'm just going to start by reading these two animal cards, and then from the book, and then I'll give you my intuitive 2 cents. So, the two animal cards that wanted to come out for you are the unicorn and the peacock. I feel like there's a conversation happening between these two energies. But let me go ahead and just start by reading. The unicorn. What is that? There we go. The unicorn. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship to divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. No wonder we wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day life, a deeper dimension to our experience. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. The unicorn in the 6th chakra. It's no surprise the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the 3rd eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. This center is called the Ajna chakra, or command center. The ancient yogis believed it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our 2 eyes see the past and present, while this 3rd eye peers into the future. Beautiful. So I feel like there is this, I heard premonition as I was reading that, premonition. So I feel like there's this strong sense of where you're going. So something is unfolding. It's like something is coming to be that you know is coming to be. So you're like looking forward, anticipating, knowing that something very deeply connected to your purpose is coming to be. So here we go, the peacock. Inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outwards indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. When in balance, confident, kind. When out of balance, can't digest situations. To bring into balance, meditation on the navel. This is very interesting. So this dynamic Very interesting dynamic, and I feel like the eye is sort of on there. It's almost, I feel like there is this sense of pressure, like all eyes on you to a degree, and it could be this internal pressure. So there's this perhaps an internal pressure that you yourself are imposing upon yourself, or your expectations for yourself are imposing on you. So there is, it seems like this pressure. However, very closely connected to it, there seems to be an excitement and a playfulness. So it's connected to whatever this pressure is that you're putting on yourself, to something that you're deeply ambitious about, that you care greatly about. That I just heard for some of you that that is connected to your ego somehow. So egoic is what I heard. So there, it's something I feel that for some of you, you might have an ego around a bit. But most of all, so it's sort of this sense of looking into the future. And I almost get the sense that these two are like a partners, a pair that are parallel, both looking in the same direction. So there's something about creating a common fixed point. There's a unified cause. There is a common point of direction. And there's this sort of simultaneously, these two figures are just both focusing their attention on this common goal. And I heard rogue. So there is something about creatively, or whatever you're doing in business, I just heard, whatever you consider your business to be, or your potential business that you're building, it feels as though you're looking to sort of break out of the box a little bit. There's something, it almost feels like you're doing a little bit on the fringe. So there's this looking at alternative routes for some of you, where you're with a lot of confidence and a lot of so it's I feel like it's almost this trailblazing that's taking place in some area of your life. There's it's something that I feel that you've been cultivating for some time, and it has this trailblazing energy to it. And around that, there feels like there are it's almost like you're coming into greater awareness, like others, people are becoming more aware of you somehow. So that's that more front and center. Okay, so let's, and I just heard beliefs and values with the unicorn, which comes up with the unicorn. So let's go ahead and pull these cards. I've already shuffled, so I'm just going to turn this down so you can see what I'm looking at here. Okay, so we have these. We have, okay, focal point, the Fool. Wow. New beginning. Crossing, the Six of Cups. Recent past, the Nine of Wands. Anchoring the spread, beautiful. The Ten of Swords reversed. Coming up, this is amazing. Ten of Pentacles. Crowning the spread, we have the Mother of Pentacles reversed. Your general energy. We have the Five of Wands. Your environment, we have the Sun of Pentacles reversed. Hopes and fears, we have the Hierophant. Oh, something about using your voice, expressing yourself. And then coming into December, end of November, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. And then the one card that wanted to come out for you from Colette Baron Reads a Good Tarot, and I'll read this from the book, is the Five of Water. And it came out reversed. And I feel that seems like I'm going to honor that reversal. That feels right for you guys. Okay. So your focal point, the Fool. There's this new bright energy. So there's this new hope I just heard. There's this new beginning. There's this new environment that I feel you're stepping into. And I heard for some of you going home again. We're in the holiday season. So that would make sense. But it feels like whatever this is there is this sense of nostalgia is really, really potent with this card. And that's what the Six of Cups typically represents, is this, childhood nostalgia, young love, uh, or it can also represent a seduction process. But I feel in this particular case, um, uh, there is this, and I heard for this. This feels like it's, I heard mooning over someone. So mooning, like, ooh, there's someone that you really like. So I think that there's someone around in a playful way who you might really have your eye on. So there's a lot of that energy with this card over the next couple of weeks. And there's just this overall, I feel like this is speaking to perspective. Like there is this, there's something that it's almost like your perspective is getting fresher in some way or form. So it's like sort of you're looking at something with a nice, fresh perspective. And part of getting that perspective, it could be you could be getting a fresh perspective from support around you. But most of all, I feel like it's almost like I'm hearing like a second wind, like when you sort of get this second wind about so the second round of energy of inspiration. It's yeah, so it feels like that's something that is present for you at this time. And anchoring the spread, we have the Ten of Swords reverse, which is wonderful. It looks like there was something that I just heard restart. So that is presently very important to you, that you sort of restarted around. There was a restart of some kind. And also for others, it's this completion. It's this sense of, actually, I just heard half completion. So it's almost what I feel like it is saying is there is this, there's something that has been started. There's been this long-term potential, I just heard, that has been an open gig. So it's been sort of something that's open, an open project for you for quite some time that you have been working on very, very steadily, but hasn't quite come into fruition yet. And it's around this area that this fresh perspective is coming in. So there is what was really heavy and what you feel like you've been tirelessly working at, that you haven't been able to close out yet, that you haven't sort of reached that where you necessarily want to arrive at. There's this new, you've been working, there's this new fresh perspective. And then coming up here in the near future, this is that closeout. So this is this cycle close. So there is this milestone, there is this completion point, there is this arrival, I want to say. That is a big deal, because whatever this has been, it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. And something that you're deeply passionate about, something that you have invested a lot of yourself into. And this Mother of Pentacles reversed, I feel like it's a character, it's a supportive character. And it's almost, I feel like I can feel the weight of almost like finances, like clinking coins almost over my, just like this Mother of Pentacles over my head, and I can almost hear the coins clinking. It feels like it's just, this could be some sort of, like having money on your mind, or this could be connected to someone who has supported you financially in some way or form. But it feels like this closeout, whatever this is, somehow comes back to, and there's some sort of, it's to this financially, resourcefully supportive character. So it's almost like there's a full circle, and it comes back around to this character right here, this supportive character. And this character has something to do with this completion process that this creative endeavor is undergoing right now, which is amazing. So the Five of, in your general energy, the Five of Wands. It feels as though conversations, there are a lot of conversations being had, and more than anything, I feel like it's wearing a lot of hats. And I'm getting this with this card as well. In your environment, the Son of Pentacles, I feel like there are spinning a lot of plates, um, and wearing a lot of hats. Um, so there's almost like having to show up. Uh, and and there's a lot of versatility. There's a lot of sort of doing different things, um, and taking care of business here and here and here and here. So your hands are full, and I feel like for most of you, this there's also this. I just heard steady and unsteady, having to do it with work, with your work schedule. So it's almost, I heard rolling with the punches, and this feels a little bit more specific too. Like some of you, when it comes to work, you're going to be sort of hopping around a little bit more than usual, and there seems to be a little less consistency than perhaps you're used to. This, again, more specific. But most of all, I'm hearing conversations, and there is there seems to be a heightened consciousness of money matters right now, and a lot of that I think is because this completion process is taking place. So there is this getting aware of, almost anticipating a change of some kind, taking stock of all your resources. So in the as like part of like an evaluation process before this next step. The higher event reversed is in your hopes and fears. So this is where I'm hearing like use your voice. And I feel these conversations, it could be, there could be some debating happening. And there is this, yeah, and I feel like most of all what this is speaking to is like a sense of expression. It's just coming into, it's almost like it feels like there's this hope, there's this fear of feeling not fully expressed. So it seems to be attached to where you are comfortable committing your energy. And there's this wanting to feel fully expressed. And so there's a hesitancy to commit one way or the other to something. So there seems to be a little bit of uncertainty around commitment. Again, this feels a little bit more specific. This reading feels like it might be sort of just to a few more specific people listening. So if this doesn't totally resonate with you, check out your rising or your moon sign, because that'll definitely give you a more clear picture. I just wanted to say that. So, and then coming into December here, we have the Six of Pentacles reverse. So I feel like you're growing something. I feel like I also heard setting down roots, and roots are sort of a theme here. There are, it's almost like conversations about where to get settled, about where to, I just heard settle down. And there is and we even see with this Five of Water, which is typically the Five of Cups, but we see a lot of water energy reversed, and I feel like it's almost, I'm hearing, an overhaul, and it feels like there's movement of some kind. There is, but I just heard movement in rhythm. So there feels like there's an anticipation of the next chapter. There's an anticipation of what is to come, and whatever this premonition is, it's conscious and aware of heading in this direction. And it's almost like you have your eye on the ball. You know where you're going. And there's just this planning energy about when this cycle does tie up, and where to go from there, and where to invest your resources, where to set roots, where to invest yourself. where to commit in order to carry you into this next chapter that you are envisioning for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and read the five of water, but I do want you to remember that it is reversed. So let's keep that in mind. Five of water. Releasing grief, allowing sadness to rise and fall, forgiveness, the ebb and flow of emotion. I feel the fullness of my emotions as they wash through me. The ebb and flow are part of life, and I am present in my feelings today. I fully forgive myself and others and let go of any emotions that were holding me back from acknowledging the truth. I deserve the freedom that comes when I release what is no longer working for me. I make amends to those I may have harmed when emotion was coloring my perceptions. I surrender any resentments to the divine, knowing they can be transformed into miracles. Fearless inventories lead to liberation. So I feel like these inventories have already taken place. And now I'm just sort of looking at this emotional, it feels like an emotional, like a natural cycle. It feels like an emotional overhaul I'm hearing. It feels like movement. It feels like natural change. So there just feels like, it feels almost bittersweet in that sense. But most of all, I feel that there's this energy of something that you're deeply looking forward to, this new adventure, this Two of Wands energy of sort of stepping into this new next phase, this next chapter. So there's a lot to look forward to, and I hope that this was helpful. Again, check out your rising and your moon sign. I'm sending you all of my love, and please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it so much. And have a beautiful Thanksgiving for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving. And I love you with all my heart. All right, I'll see you in a couple weeks.